Did you know that our understanding of Mars exceeds even the discoveries made in the oceans and the Antarctic? Although the Antarctic is the largest icy desert in the world and harbors many fossils of organisms and geological history, the race to explore it is just as intriguing as the space race. Major nations are eager to uncover their own mysteries and resources from the continent. The mysteries of this land could potentially change our entire understanding of human knowledge. Join us as we uncover untold stories about the continent and explore the mysteries that remain unresolved beneath the vast layers of snow and ice. Let's reflect on humanity's great strides, on the perpetual desert of the Antarctic, and the long-forgotten civilizations that once lived there. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating videos on mysterious topics. 1. Secret world under the ice. Until now, the ecosystem beneath the ice shelves of the Antarctic remains a mystery with many unanswered questions. Earth is a marvel where life can thrive in the most unlikely places. We have even found multicellular life forms in the harshest environment on Earth, specifically the Antarctic, but little did anyone know that wasn't all. A miniature ecosystem has been discovered beneath the perpetual ice shelf. Researchers stumbled upon this subterranean world beneath the Larsen ice shelf, a massive floating ice shelf attached to the eastern coast of the Antarctic Peninsula, where the largest iceberg in history was born. It was a stroke of luck for all the researchers toiling day and night in this coldest place on Earth. The story begins with scientists spotting satellite images showing an unusual rift on the ice shelf near where it meets the ground. After careful analysis, they identified it as an underground river. The team decided to drill about 500 meters down into the ice shelf using high-pressure hot water jets, and then deploy a camera probe to depths humans couldn't dive to. As the transmitted data passed through the icy tunnel into the cave, hundreds of faint glimmers in the water obscured the video feed. Initially, researchers thought their equipment was malfunctioning, causing image noise, but upon refocusing the camera, they realized the lens was being swarmed by a group of crustaceans called amphipods. This came as a complete surprise, as they never imagined any organisms existing deep beneath that icy shelf. The discovery of an ecosystem of shrimp-like species beneath the ice shelf has everyone jumping for joy. Experts have long suspected the presence of a vast network of rivers, lakes, and estuaries beneath the surface of Antarctica. But until now, these have remained largely unstudied. Previously, it was unknown whether they harbored life, making this new discovery even more significant. Researchers believe the presence of these amphipods could signal the development of a complex ecosystem, potentially containing many undiscovered species. Hugh Horgan, the lead researcher and glaciologist at Te Herenga Waka, Victoria University of Wellington in New Zealand, told The Guardian that observing and sampling this river feels like stepping into a hidden world. This is the most valuable accidental discovery the team has ever made and observed. Amphipods, also known as bottom shrimp, are a group of crustaceans that typically inhabit various depths in freshwater or saltwater. The appearance of this amphipod ecosystem beneath the ice shelf has astonished scientists, especially considering the harsh living conditions under this ice layer. The discovery of this new ecosystem may raise questions about the impact of climate change and human activities on the environment beneath the ice shelf. Additionally, it opens up opportunities for further research into how organisms adapt and thrive in such extreme environments. This could provide crucial insights into understanding biodiversity and interactions within unique ecosystems like the sub-ice shelf region. Furthermore, thanks to the observation camera, the team also discovered many unexpected geological structures. The research team was very surprised to find that the caves looked very different from what they had predicted. They had expected the cave ceilings to be smooth and flat. Instead, they found them to be rugged, with numerous undulations. The preliminary structure of the entire area resembled a giant loaf of bread, with the top bulging out and the bottom tapering. Researchers also found that the subterranean water column was divided into 4 to 5 separate layers flowing in opposite directions. This sounds quite bizarre and unrealistic, so scientists will continue to study the newly discovered subsurface ecosystem and hope to learn more about how nutrients in the water are circulated through the Antarctic's groundwater network to support abundant life there. However, they are concerned that even hidden ecosystems like this could be at risk due to rapidly rising temperatures caused by climate change. With the rate of ice melting and widespread erosion, tiny ecosystems could be wiped out in the blink of an eye. This is not just a race for research, but also a battle against climate change that is silently unfolding. 2. Millions of fish nests discovered on the seabed. The frigid waters near the Antarctic are home to a peculiar family of fish commonly referred to as ice fish. They have transparent blood, white hearts, and adapt to a life without red blood cells or hemoglobin, relying instead on compounds that function better at low temperatures. Now, researchers mapping the seabed of the Weddell Sea report in the journal Current Biology that they have discovered a massive colony of unusual marine creatures containing over 60 million icefish nests. Autumn Purser, from the Alfred Wegener Institute in Bremerhaven, states, "Several nests have been observed elsewhere in the Antarctic, but this discovery is on a larger scale. When I descended half an hour later and saw nest after nest during the 4-hour dive, I thought we had encountered something unusual." Purser and his colleagues are mapping the seabed of the Filchner ice shelf region in the area of thermal upwelling where temperatures are slightly warmer. They found a multitude of icefish nests clustered closely together to the point where they were visible to the naked eye, resembling a colony of penguins nesting on land. Purser and his colleagues conducted 3 additional surveys in the area and continued to find nests with similar densities, spanning kilometers. Purser suggests that one of the closest comparisons to icefish among egg-laying fish species is the bluegill, Lepomis macrochirus, which forms breeding aggregations that can consist of hundreds of individuals. However, based on measurements indicating about 1 icefish nest per 4 square meters across hundreds of square kilometers, the Weddell icefish colony is much larger in scale. Evolutionary biologist Thomas Desvines from the University of Oregon in Eugene, who was not involved in the study, describes this colony as a remarkable discovery. He is particularly impressed by the excessive concentration of nests. Desvines finds this scene reminiscent of nests arranged side by side, similar to what occurs with cormorants and other seabird species when nesting. It's almost like that. It's unclear why so many icefish congregate in one place for spawning. There seems to be good access to abundant food sources in this location, which would be crucial for newly hatched fish. The research team also found a slightly warmer area in the region, which may help icefish determine their spawning grounds. Researchers suggest that this species of icefish may be nurturing Weddell seals. Previous studies have shown that Weddell seals spend a considerable amount of time diving in the waters above the colony area. Purser suggests that there may be smaller Jonah icefish aggregations closer to the shore, where there is less ice cover. However, Jonah icefish might disproportionately rely on the giant breeding colony, efficiently putting all their eggs in one basket. If so, this would make the species extremely vulnerable to the risk of extinction. Desvines argues that the discovery of this massive colony is another reason to protect the environment of the Weddell Sea, similar to what has been done for the nearby Ross Sea. Currently, Purser has 2 underwater cameras at the colony site, where they will remain for several years, taking photos 4 times a day to see if the nests are being reused over time. It is astonishing that we have never witnessed such a remarkable sight before. 3. Discovery of genetic code dating back 1 million years. With the theory that continents were initially joined together as a single mass, Antarctica is believed to harbor numerous fossils and historical evidence within its thick ice layers. It is likened to the world's giant freezer, concealing countless mysteries and freezing many dangerous species, including those never seen by humans. Recently, scientists have discovered DNA from ancient microorganisms dating back approximately 1 million years. The DNA was found beneath the seabed in Antarctica and is the oldest DNA ever detected from seabed sediment. Unusual genetic samples, known as ancient sediment DNA or SEDA DNA, were inadvertently collected at depths of up to 584 feet, 178 meters. Beneath the seabed during a 2019 survey led by the International Ocean Discovery Program in the Scotia Sea north of the Antarctic continent. In a new study published online on October 2, 2023, in the journal Nature Communications, researchers analyzed sea-day DNA samples for the first time. The research team determined the age of the recovered DNA fragments by examining the types of damage within them. The oldest fragments found date back approximately 1 million years, making them the oldest SEDA DNA ever discovered. Prior to this discovery, the oldest SEDA DNA found had been locked within the perennial ice layers in the Arctic and was estimated to be approximately 650,000 years old. Linda Armbrecht, the lead author of the study and a researcher at the Institute for Marine and Antarctic Studies at the University of Tasmania, Australia, explains that the samples are exceptionally well preserved due to low temperatures, reduced oxygen concentrations, and lack of ultraviolet radiation. Scientists are uncertain which species the oldest SEDA DNA belongs to, although it is certainly from eukaryotic organisms. This means it comes from animals, plants, or fungi rather than bacteria or viruses. However, the majority of the DNA samples belong to diatoms. Diatoms are a type of phytoplankton that still exist in oceans worldwide today and form the basis of most marine food webs. According to the researchers, around 540,000 years ago, the abundance of diatoms in the Scotia Sea increased significantly, coinciding with a natural warming period on Earth. During this time, ice loss from the Antarctic ice sheet and higher ocean temperatures may have stimulated the rapid growth and reproduction of diatoms. The researchers believe that human-induced climate change could create similar conditions in the future. Therefore, studying how ecosystems responded during past warming periods is crucial to understanding how they might respond in the future. According to Armbrecht and the research team, because Antarctica is one of the most vulnerable regions to climate change, it is crucial to study the past and present responses of polar marine ecosystems to environmental changes. 4. Doomsday glaciers in danger. With the largest ice reserves in the world, the activities of the Antarctic ice sheets are of great concern. If we cannot slow down the Earth's warming process, many human lands will be submerged within the next century. Thwaites Glacier, located in West Antarctica, is dubbed the Doomsday Glacier due to its alarming rate of melting. With a size comparable to Florida, Thwaites is showing that some of its most vulnerable points are at greater risk than previously thought. Thwaites hold a massive amount of ice, enough to gradually raise sea levels by over 2 feet, although its collapse due to climate warming could release even more feet from neighboring glaciers. Antarctic glaciers have become increasingly unstable, retreating nearly 9 miles since the 1990s. If most of the ice continues to melt over the coming decades and centuries, vast coastal cities and densely populated areas worldwide could be submerged and easily devastated by storms. For this reason, scientists are meticulously studying where Thwaites is melting and its rate of melting. These are crucial questions for the future inhabitants of Earth. Thwaites is the only location in Antarctica capable of pouring a massive amount of water into the ocean in the coming decades. However, we must remember that we have the ability to mitigate the worst consequences of climate change by making conscious choices about our energy consumption. Recent studies from 2023 show that the most critical melting hotspot of the glacier lies beneath its ice shelf, acting as a bottleneck to prevent the massive glacier from flowing into the ocean unimpeded. The collapse of the ice shelf will significantly accelerate the glacier's melting process within decades to centuries. Therefore, it is our responsibility to act immediately to prevent the collapse of the ice shelf and the catastrophic consequences that would follow. Glaciologists are still trying to understand the complex mechanisms of underwater melting, but one thing is clear: Thwaites Glacier is losing ice. Even a small amount of ice loss in its crucial grounding zone can lead to a large overall loss of ice. Peter Davis, an oceanographer from the British Antarctic Survey, who has conducted some recent measurements at Thwaites, noted that while their findings were surprising, the glacier is still in trouble. When the ice shelf and glacier are in balance, the amount of ice escaping from the continent equals the amount lost due to melting and iceberg calving. However, even with minimal melting, there is still rapid retreat of the glacier, indicating that it doesn't take much time to push the glacier out of balance. The melting of Thwaites Glacier currently contributes 4% to sea level rise. However, if the glacier separates from the ocean floor, this proportion is likely to increase significantly. This could lead to a substantial rise in sea levels in the coming decades and centuries. Currently, sea levels are rising at about 1/8 inch per year. According to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, sea levels around the United States are projected to rise another foot by 2050. Climate scientists estimate that by the end of this century, global sea levels will rise by about 1.5 to 2.5 feet, potentially even higher. The extent of this increase will largely depend on how massive glaciers like Thwaites and nearby Pine Island Glacier respond to warming conditions and warmer waters. 5. Massive anomaly, lurks. Scientists believe that a massive object could change our understanding of history hidden beneath the ice sheets in Antarctica. A colossal and mysterious anomaly is believed to be lurking beneath the icy wasteland of an area called Wilkes Land. This region spans 151 miles and has a minimum depth of about 2,700 feet. Some researchers believe that the remnants of a small asteroid are actually twice the size of the Chicxulub space rock that wiped out the dinosaurs. If this explanation is correct, this killer asteroid may have caused the Permian-Triassic extinction event, killing 96% of marine species on Earth and up to 70% of land vertebrates. However, wild internet speculation has produced its own theories, with some conspiracy theorists suggesting it could be a massive UFO base or a gateway to a mysterious underground world called Hollow Earth. The gravitational anomaly of the Wilkes Land region was first detected in 2006 when NASA satellites observed gravitational changes indicating the presence of a massive object lying within a 300-mile-wide impact crater. Until today, scientists have no idea or method to accurately explore what lies deep beneath this thick ice sheet. This continent has been shrouded in mystery for many years. According to the 10th Sicherungsdivision, the Nazi Germany might have constructed hidden bases in Antarctica during World War II, possibly for flying disc storage. The group presented evidence of the existence of multiple entrances built into the mountain slopes, all disc-shaped and located at high altitudes. The group raised the question that if these entrances indeed exist, how could people access them without the assistance of a flying object with a shape and size similar to the entrance itself? Moreover, Secure Team also suggested that the United States Navy might have led a mission to investigate this mysterious continent. Although details of this mission remain unclear, speculation has arisen that it was an effort to explore the reported Nazi bases and their alleged connection to flying discs, making this discovery even more intriguing. Operation High Jump, was a United States Navy expedition that took place in 1946-1947, and some conspiracy theorists believe it was an effort to search for an entrance to a secret world hidden beneath the Earth's surface. However, the actual purpose of the expedition was to establish U.S. presence in Antarctica after World War II and conduct scientific research. Ralph von Fries, a geology professor at Ohio State University, discovered the Killer Mountain Mouth in 2006. According to him, the impact of Wilkes Land was much greater than the impact that caused the extinction of dinosaurs. It is estimated to be 300 miles wide and 1,000 feet deep, and it could have caused significant damage at the time. The collision is believed to have occurred about 250 million years ago, and the environmental changes caused by the impact would have created a highly inhospitable environment. It is estimated that the impact could have caused mass extinction events, wiping out much of life on Earth. Therefore, the discovery of the Wilkes Land impact crater provides valuable information about the geological history of our planet and helps us understand the events that shaped Earth. 6. Ancient civilization 55,000 years old. After the mysteries of Antarctica were discovered, the attention of many people increased. There was involvement from powerful forces such as the German Führer, who actively initiated the bloodiest war in history, showing particular interest in this continent, along with Tibet and the writings of the Knights Templar. During an expedition to Antarctica, German aircraft discovered unusually warm land areas on the continent's territory, known today as Queen Maud Land. The Germans referred to this place as New Swabia, a new paradise on the icy land. This sparked increased interest in conducting more detailed research on the icy continent. As a result, in 1938, submarines found entrances to a network of caves where warm streams allowed for life to exist. From there, activity inside the sixth continent began to thrive. Nazi Germany constructed a secret base where political figures and scientists were transferred. Rich metal mines hidden beneath the ice provided minerals not only for the underground base, but also for the Nazi regime overseas. Subsequently, an island with fertile land was discovered, providing an opportunity to sustain the growing population of Antarctica. After the war, many expeditions were organized with the specific goal of finding hiding places for Nazi Germany amidst the snowy desert of Antarctica. However, members of these expeditions mysteriously disappeared or were attacked by unidentified objects to this day. According to rumors, inhabitants in Antarctica even threatened Americans with nuclear weapons, rendering all efforts to explore the mysteries of this land futile. Antarctica is considered one of the most mysterious places on Earth. Even without the presence of a secret German research center, interest in this region remains unabated. Unidentified flying objects continuously appear, prompting diverse studies to be conducted in such a harsh environment as the icy land. Explorers have observed mysterious phenomena in Antarctica, suggesting the presence of an extraterrestrial civilization on the continent. Perhaps the secret base of extraterrestrials has contributed to rumors of the continued existence of the Third Reich. Beneath the facade of the Germans, a dangerous yet still human community, Nazi Germany, seems to be trying to evade punishment, and for a long time, Earth seems to have fallen into the whirlpool of extraterrestrial civilizations. At the Conscious Life Expo (CLE) exhibition held in Los Angeles in 2017, Corey Goode revealed fascinating details about the secret space programs of the United States, extraterrestrial life, and civilizations within the Earth. Corey Goode was recruited by the U.S. military and trained to serve in various top-secret military programs of this agency. He served for over 20 years in many secret space programs and had numerous contacts with extraterrestrial beings. In recent years, he has disclosed a wealth of intriguing information about extraterrestrial life, spiritual phenomena, and many other fields. Good stated that in early January 2017, he was brought by the United States Air Force to the South Pole to witness a secret excavation taking place at the ruins of a 55,000-year-old extraterrestrial civilization. He first learned of this discovery through a high-ranking officer of the United States Air Force who is currently working in a classified space program for the U.S. government and the elite. These ruins were discovered during the same period as the first expedition of Nazi Germany in 1939. However, it was not until 2002 that archaeologists and scientists were allowed to excavate in this area. Currently, they are preparing documentary films and academic papers related to the discovery to astound the scientific community and the world. Due to the failure to keep the secrets of their ancestors any longer, the elite will try to take advantage of this opportunity to divert public attention from their crimes. In December 2016, Good revealed that he had early knowledge of the excavation at the South Pole from various sources, after which a high-ranking United States Air Force officer officially disclosed the excavation to him. This person is often referred to as Sigmund. Sigmund led a secret mission involving many abductions and interrogations of Good. The information provided by Good often had to be verified for authenticity. After being satisfied with Good's reliable sources and information, Sigmund suddenly shared what he knew about the excavations at the South Pole with him. It was a civilization led by a pre-Adamite human lineage, averaging from 3 to 3.5 meters tall, with elongated skulls. This civilization was frozen during the Great Flood that occurred 12,000 years ago. Near the excavation site, 3 oval-shaped spacecraft with diameters of up to 48 meters were discovered, indicating that this human lineage originated from outside Earth and arrived on Earth approximately 55,000 years ago. One of the 3 spacecraft has been excavated. Through connections, Good also learned that the most advanced technologies, as well as some relics of that pre-Adamite civilization, are being relocated from the archaeological site and will be disclosed shortly. Archaeological groups are still studying what remains and must keep the excavation secret. In his summary on January 24, 2018, Good recounted the details of his recent trip to the South Pole. Previously, he had also described his previous trip to the continent and mentioned seeing 5 underground bases operated by the Interplanetary Corporate Conglomerate, a conglomerate managing secret space programs in Antarctica. Ultimately, whether extraterrestrials visited Antarctica remains a mystery. According to Skipper, there is even an underground city on the ice continent. Evidence for this includes liquid water lakes amidst the ice in Antarctica and the giant Hod on the ice continent. But who could build all of these in such extreme cold? All these questions will remain unanswered until someone else steps up to unravel them. 7. Giant Pyramid in Antarctica. Recently, based on satellite images from Google Earth, researchers have discovered 3 snow-covered pyramids in the Antarctic. 2 of the 3 pyramids are located approximately 16 kilometers inland, while the remaining one was found near the coastline. This indicates that in the distant past, when the Antarctic was significantly different from today, many ancient civilizations may have thrived on this icy continent, leaving behind magnificent structures that recount a forgotten chapter of history, overlooked or even disregarded by mainstream researchers. The hypothesis that there are numerous hidden pyramids in the Antarctic has emerged in recent decades. Although skeptics remain uncertain, suggesting that these structures are merely natural formations, satellite imagery and first-hand accounts from those who have been to the region tell a completely different story. This has sparked speculation about what the Antarctic might have looked like in the distant past, with some suggesting that it wasn't always as cold and barren as it is today. Interestingly, many scientific studies support the idea that the Antarctic was vastly different in the past. According to a study conducted in 2012 by scientists from the University of Southern California in collaboration with NASA, the ecosystem of the Antarctic may have been very different in the past. pollen and leaf, wax samples collected from marine sediment layers dating back to the Middle Miocene, 15.5, 20 million years ago, near the Antarctic coastline indicate that during this period, there was significant rainfall on the icy continent, enough to support the growth of small forests. Additionally, temperatures were warmer, possibly reaching up to 7 degrees Celsius in the summer. According to the researchers, in its long history, the Antarctic was once situated much farther north, resulting in a tropical or temperate climate. This means that it was once covered by forests and served as a habitat for many ancient species. Therefore, if researchers can prove that the pyramids in the Antarctic, this being the third pyramid-like structure discovered in the Antarctic, are indeed man-made, this discovery could significantly alter our understanding of human history.